After a massive offseason, the Atlanta Hawks look like a true Eastern Conference contender. If you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. I drop regular NBA analysis content and film deep dives, and if you haven't already, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Now, it is worth noting that there is a key difference between Eastern Conference competitor and NBA championship competitor. The Eastern Conference is really just that bad right now, but props to the Hawks for taking advantage of that, right? The Hawks saw how open the conference is and saw that Trae Young is on an expiring deal, realized they probably couldn't get enough by trading him away, and decided to make some winning moves in order to keep him around. And boy, have they done that. I mean, they began the offseason by acquiring Kristaps Porzingis for next to nothing. This is a team looking to make a deep run in the playoffs next year, and while Porzingis has consistently shown he cannot stay healthy through a playoff run, if there's even a 10-15% chance he can make it through, this is an excellent deal considering just how little they gave up. Then, in the draft, they traded back from 13 for 2 first-round picks, including an unprotected pick next year from the Pelicans, which looks like a top 5 pick, and still landed Asa Newell at 23, which was a player they were targeting at the 13th selection. Now, I spoke about this a little bit in my Derek Queen video, but I really do believe this is one of the worst draft night trades of all time for the Pelicans. This is an absolute fleece and an amazing piece of business by the Hawks, and if I was a Hawks fan, I'd be really happy with it. Then in free agency, they signed one of the best players available in Nickeil Alexander-Walker and followed that up by signing Luke Kennard, shoring up their wing depth. This is in addition to what was already one of my favorite cores in the NBA, consisting of Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, Onyeka Okongwu, and Zachary Risichet. Now, I'd expect Porzingis to come off the bench, at least to start the year, as the front office have shown plenty of belief in Okongwu. However, off the bench, he can provide the rim protection that this team has sorely lacked for the entirety of the Trae Young era. And he provides spacing too. I'm really looking forward to seeing a lineup of Dyson Daniels at 1 with 4 shooters around him, which is what they're going to be able to do with Porzingis. Dyson Daniels' passing and ability to create off the bounce has been severely underrated during his time in the league, and it's something he showed off quite a bit during his time back here in Australia. And adding Porzingis is going to allow him to maximize that skill set. Defensively, this team is going to be super fun as well, right? Between Dyson Daniels and Nickeil Alexander-Walker at the guard spots, and Jalen Johnson, Zachary Risichet, and Kristaps Porzingis filling out the forward and big spots, there aren't many teams that are going to be able to score in that lineup, right? You've also got Onyeka Okongwu off the bench, right? There's a lot of versatility with this lineup. This is a lineup that ranked 18th in defense last year, and with another year of progression from guys like Dyson Daniels, who was already a defensive player of the year caliber player, right? Jalen Johnson, Zachary Risichet. As these guys continue to evolve defensively, it's only going to get better, right? And they've also added probably the best perimeter defender on the market, other than maybe Josh Okogie, in Nickeil Alexander-Walker, right? So I think this team could be very good defensively, and if you could have a top 12, top 13 defense while having Trae Young on your team, that's a pretty scary team. I also feel like the Luke Kennard addition has been severely underrated as well. He had a fantastic year last season for Memphis, and I can imagine him stepping into that Bogdanovich role, where he can either be a knockdown shooter off the ball or a microwave scorer and creator in short bursts, depending on the team's needs on each given night. But they didn't just get better on the court. Asset-wise, this was a terrific offseason. Luke Kennard is a super tradable contract at $11 million, and Porzingis is an expiring deal as well. Worst comes to worst, they can flip both those players at the deadline or let them expire with no harm done. However, best comes to best, and this is what's really exciting, the Hawks are in prime position to acquire a star player to pair with Trae Young and the rest of the team at the deadline or next offseason. As I mentioned before, they have the contracts to match. They also have a treasure trove of future capital. No, this isn't quite the same as the Thunder, where they just have a gazillion first-round picks they can throw around, right, to outbid anybody. But the picks that they do have are extremely high value, right? They have the best of the Pelicans and Bucks picks over the next 2 seasons unprotected. The Pelicans picks will be high, in my opinion, and they hold significant value around the league. However, should a Giannis trade go down, the Hawks will be in prime position to either acquire him or at the very least benefit from it, right? Either they get Giannis in a trade, because the Bucks will probably want their pick back if they're giving away Giannis, or the Bucks trade away Giannis, and suddenly those picks are worth so much more. All in all, I really like this offseason for the Hawks, and I could definitely see them making a deep playoff run in 10 months' time. But what I really like is the amount of flexibility and ability to make further moves down the line that this offseason has created. The asset collection, the development, the talent they're bringing in, all of this seems built to be one piece away. And they have the ability to go after that piece. That's all I've got for you today. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to drop a comment, whether it's in relation to the video, the Hawks, or general feedback. Anything is appreciated, and I'll catch you guys next time.